Good morning, all of you. Today we are going to start class 7th SST Geography, chapter number 1, Our Environment, part 2. So, students, in the previous video, we had already studied about what is environment and the two main components of the environment, that is biotic and abiotic, in which we had already studied about the abiotic components like lithosphere, hydrosphere, atmosphere, and when all these three get merged with each other and they form the biosphere. So basically biosphere is what? It is a place where the all living and living thing which they live in that is the biosphere. Now let us start with the next topic, that is the ecosystem. So first of all, let us see what is ecosystem. As you can see in the flow chart, there you can see it is a structure of ecosystem. What you observe in the diagram. So the diagram explains that. See there you can see sun. Sun gives energy to whom? Sun gives energy to the producers. And who are the producers? It is green plant. The green plant is eaten by primary consumers, that is herbivorous, and the primary consumers are eaten by secondary consumers, that is carnivorous. And then carnivorous is eaten by tertiary consumers, that is also known as top carnivorous. What happens when these all three, like producers or primary consumers, secondary consumers, or we can say producers and consumers, when they all get died, so their dead remains get decomposed by the microorganisms. They decomposes the dead bodies of them and provide, and they separate all the elements which is the living beings made. Those elements are get separated by the decomposes and they get mixed with where they have come from, like the uh, the body which is the nutrients that get into soil, and the air that releases from the body, several the gases which is present in the body, that also get releases, and like that. So everything get mixed up with the nature again. So this is the whole structure of ecosystem, where all things are dependent, they all are interacted with each other. Now let us start. The interaction among all the living organisms that are depend on each other with their immediate environment. See, immediate environment means wherever they are living, whether it is a desert area or whether it is a forest area or it is a water body sources areas. So that is called immediate environment, where they have interacted with each other. That is called ecosystem, or also known as ecological system. Uh, it can be if we take an example such as, it can be small pond, woodlands, or oceans, or equatorial forest. So why these examples are there? See, ponds are, if we talk about the pond, so in pond there is water bodies and the aquatic animals too, like frog or fishes, water snakes, or those who are living in water, or like these animals are living over there. So they all are dependent, like frogs eats the insect which is near the ponds areas, and the fish also eats the living organisms which is present in the water body, small living organisms. Snake eats the frog. So this is whole thing that is they dependent upon. Okay, so this is why an ecosystem can be small or it can be large. If we talk about the desert, the big desert areas, or the big forest areas, so this is what they all depend upon each other. Ecosystem is what it means, they all depend upon each other. So while dependence on them each other, they also form the food chain. What is food chain? So basically food chain is what, again already we had discussed, food chain is what, it's a dependence on each other. like primary consumers, secondary consumers, tertiary, decomposers. They all are get they all things are get dependent, interdependent to each other. If they don't depend, so what will happen? There will be problem. If something is misses, if like primary consumers is not there, see, suppose if primary consumers are not there, so what will happen? Then the the link between producers and secondary consumer will be neglected. So that primary consumer will not be there, so it will create problem for the secondary consumer, because secondary consumer will not eat the producers, because they didn't eat the plant. There are many several animals who didn't eat the plants, so their survival will be more problematic if the primary consumer will not be there. If producers will not be there, if plants will not be there, so what will happen to the other animals? So if producers will not be there, so primary consumers will get affected, because if they don't get the food, so how they will grow? So that is why this is the food chain, which is representing the interdependence on each other. And lastly, we had already discussed decomposers. When these all animals get died, so their bodies are get decomposed by the such fungi, bacteria, and other animals, small microorganisms, which they decomposes their body. So basically, what is ecosystem? Ecosystem is what it is. It is a community where the living and non-living component both work together. Like already I told you, examples you have already seen, like it can be small as small ponds or grasslands, coastal areas, mountain, desert, lakes. There are several type of ecosystem we can consider. They have their specific animals, they have their specific plants, so that is why they all interdependent with each other. Food chain we had discussed. Food chain is what it is, the same thing. Like we had these animals, whether it is a producer, primary consumer, secondary consumer, or tertiary consumer, they all are dependent on each other on for the survival. If they will not, so what, there will be problem occur. Now moving towards the next topic, that is the biome. Biome is what? Biome is a large area, a region of earth that has a certain climate and certain type of living thing. Major biomes include tundra, forest, grasslands, and desert. Okay, now here you have to understand that what is biome. Biome is a large area covered, a large specific type of climate zone. If we talk about desert, okay, so desert have the specific feature, whether the desert is found in Thar desert in India, whether it is found in Sahara desert in Africa. So they have the specific climate, a specific type of plant, a specific type of animals are found in them. So that is the biome. Biome means the specific area which is covered on the large region, means large area, such as rainforest. So basically rainforests are found at the region of equatorial areas. So it is found at the at Africa, in Africa also, and other continents, where the rainfall occurs mm, at the more level, which means the rainfall causes the forest to grow over there, and in on the large scale, so they have the specific plants, they have the specific animals to live in. If we talk about the tundra, so tundra is also a place where the specific animals and a specific type of plants are found. So the different type of this is the different type of climatic conditions which is found on earth, has the specific um, plants and specific animals in them. See, the plants and animals of each biome has traits that help them to survive in their particular biome. Plants and animals that live within smaller areas of a biome also depend on each others for survival. So basically, as we have already studied in in ecosystem, we had already seen that their survival is depend upon the dependency on each other. So here in biome also their dependency on each other is the main reason or main factor for the survival of plants and animals. Because see, specific type of in the desert areas, in desert area, if we talk about desert area, so there is a plant and animals which they like ship is the ship of desert, that is also known as camel. Camel survives in desert. How it is possible? Because he adopted the climatic condition of desert, and he is eligible, or we can say he is able to stay in that warm condition without water, without that much food which is required to him. Because he he was used to live in that particular climatic condition, so that animals is dependent on the on that particular climatic zone or climatic area. Like animals eats because because animals, this camel developed the carrying water, like camel has a hump in which he stores water and food, so it can be remains for the longer period of time for his survival. So what is this? It shows the adaptation of climate in that particular area. Now you can see in the picture there is a type of biome which is present, like rainforest, taiga, temperate deciduous forest, grasslands, desert, tundra. So these are the examples of the biome. Now, till now we have studied about various things which is related well to the natural environment or the nature's environment basically. So in that we had studied about the nature environment has two components, that is biotic and abiotic, in which we have studied about the abiotic components such as land, soil, water, air. These all are abiotic components, so they makes the earth life possible. If these things will not be there, so life will be in problematic. So this is the thing, this is the thing that we can enjoy uh, life on the earth. And another component that we see is the biotic component. Biotic component means all of the living organisms, whether it is a plant, whether it is an animal, whether it is a human, they all are there. So natures provide this place, nature provide the place for the survival of both, whether it is a biotic component and abiotic component. Both component can form the life, both component can form the life on the earth. So that is why the natural environment is very important. Now moving towards the next, that is the human environment. So humans are there, okay, we this is very important factor, because humans are the only living being who can create their own environment, and that we have seen already. See, if we take the example of the early ages, people used to live nomadic life, or they used to live in a jungles, or they used to eat the fruits, they used to eat the raw meat. Slowly and gradually, their life get changed. They have started living the settled life. They get introduced with the fire. They get introduced with the wheel, potter's wheel. Several things are get introduced, and after those introduction, they have also started extracting the metals. All these creates all these things makes the human's life better, and then after making all those things, the human's life get advanced in comparison to the previous lives. Because in the previous lives, people don't have that much of technologies or that much of advancement. But nowadays, slowly and gradually, earlier we if we have to convey message, so we need to convey any message through messengers will go from one place to another place to convey their message, or either we use the several birds, pigeons, eagles. There are several birds that we use for the conveying message. and slowly and gradually we got the postal system, slowly and gradually we got the telegraph system, and then we came on the phone, or that is a cellular phone we are saying. Now that nowadays smartphones are appearing. Earlier people used to have to, if anybody has to talk or give information, it took months of time to convey the message. Now that has changed. Now in within a second we can we can convey our message, or we can talk while taking the video classes, while taking the video phone calls. Or right now you people are also enjoying the same thing, that is the online classes is going on, or we are interacting with each other without getting in touch. We are talking with each other, we are seeing each other's face, we are transferring knowledge from each other. So this is the human environment that is get created. So human have started with the like nomadic life. They started the settled life, and they did for it for the food and shelter. They started growing crops, exchanging the goods, such as doing the barter system. What is barter? Barter is what? It is a concept where the things are get exchanged. The things are gets exchanged for the other items of necessity with others. Like such, suppose we have I have grown I have grown the wheat, but I need sleepers. So I have to search a cobbler who needs wheat in exchange of the sleepers. So if when I got the final one, so I will exchange the wheat from the cobblers in the form of shoes or sleepers, whatever it is required to me. So this is the barter system which was prevail in the uh, early ages of the humans. Now everything has changed. Now it is the currency time. People used to exchange the currency because it is easier to carry, it is easier to available. So that is why people have started using the currency right now. uh, in the in the human's life, several innovations take place. Like we can go to the several far places with the help of ships, aeroplanes, and helicopters. Plus we grown our villages into towns. We we had done some advancement in the agriculture and the manufacturing of products. Plus we had also introduced several several transportation system, several communication system, so that our life can be more good. Plus in the early ages or the early period, people don't have the health facilities. Now we had also invented invented several technology that makes the life of a people good or better, and that we can easily get cured by the deadly diseases which is present in the atmosphere. Now we can also take the example of COVID. How we get almost get protected from the COVID? It is because of the medical facility, high medical facilities. So we get protected from there. So human have done this much things, but the thing is that whatever it is done by the humans, that is going more and more. More and more means the humans are utilizing their resources, they are utilizing their surroundings very much, and by doing this, we are polluting our environment, we are polluting our nature, and that has led to the several negative impact, such as global warming, such as UV ultraviolet radiations, uh, effect and all. So that has created problems to the humankind. So to get protected from those things, how we can conserve our environment? See, first of all, let us understand what is conservation. Conservation is the care and protection of resources so that they can persist for future generation. So conservation is what means we have to use in such a manner so that we can save something for our future generation too. That is the conservation. It is also similar to preservation or protection of nature. and they strives to accomplish this task in a different way. Like we have to do the conservation in a different way, and by doing these things we can do the sustainable development. So for the sustainable development, we had already studied in the previous classes that sustainable development is what? It is a type of development where we are allowed to use the resources, but in a mannered way, in a listed way, so that the resources can be saved for the later use or the for the late new generations. So this is known as the sustainable development. What is the need of saving the environment? Why we need to save our environment? Because each animals, each plants and ecosystem is valuable, because it is very special. If any of the animal, if any of the plants will not be there, so this will disturb the ecosystem, because you have already studied that many of the animals get extincted, many of the animals are endangered. So they what is the impact, what was the impact of that animals in the environment? Has it becomes neglected or it becomes lapse. So that is why we need to protect our animals and plants, so that our ecosystem can be maintained. Every species plays a vital role in its ecosystem. So every species, suppose if any species is get neglected, or we can say it become extinct or endangered, so what will happen? The impact of that particular animal will start if there that animal will or that plant will not present in the environment, so that negative impact will started appearing. The next is biodiversity, is to keep a balanced existence. Biodiversity is very important. What is the meaning of biodiversity? Means every living being has a vital role that plays in ecosystem. Like insects, they used to pollinate the flowers. If the insect become extinct, so we do not have flowers, we do not have fruits. So that is why we need to balance these things. Plus the global warming which we are doing, the climatic change which is appearing due to the global warming, it must be stopped. Like planting more and more trees, stop using the equipments which is generate or which is produce chlorofluorocarbon gas. So that is very poisonous for the environment. So those type of things should be either it is that much required, so you should use less, or it is not required, you should have to leave that. Or if we do not preserve our earth, if we do not preserve our earth, we will lose all the good things that we have. So we must act now for a better world tomorrow. So that is why we need to save our environment. If we won't save right now, we will we will get the result of this nature or environment harassment in the form of many disaster. Now you can see several ice glaciers are get melted, and because of the global warming, and that creates the rise of water level in the oceans. And also, though because of that thing only, the areas in which the river basins come, so those areas get over flooded. Plus the coastal areas of the land surfaces are also get covered with the water bodies. So that makes life in a critical condition to those people, those who are living in the coastal areas, those who made their houses in the coastal areas. So that creates a problem. So that is why we need to conserve our environment, so that the global warming uh, will not let the environment to get heated up, so that the glaciers can be melted. So this is the thing. We must have to plant more and more trees. We do not kill animals, we do not have to poach animals, so that the animals can be also protected. So that's all that we have to read in this topic. uh, Thank you, students.